All right, close your eyes for a moment and just breathe. You know, mornings have this quiet magic, that tender space between dreams and reality, where the world hasn't fully woken up yet. It's the time when your mind is soft, your heart still calm, and your soul reachable. Most people rush through it, checking their phones, running for coffee, already tangled in the noise of the day. But what if mornings could be sacred again? What if the way you start your morning could gently shape your entire day? That's what I want to share with you today. 7 simple but powerful morning habits, inspired by Buddhist wisdom. These are not rules. They're gentle invitations. And if you stay with me till the end, maybe you'll find one habit that speaks softly to your heart. And if you feel this message brings a little peace into your life, you can subscribe. Not because I ask you to, but because you want more of this calm in your everyday rhythm. Now let's begin. When a monk wakes up in the morning, before his eyes even open, he doesn't rush to get out of bed. He takes a single deep breath and reminds himself, I am alive. That's the first miracle of the day. You see, in the teachings of the Buddha, every new sunrise is a quiet gift, a moment that says, you have another chance. And maybe that's something we all forget. We wake up already thinking about yesterday's worries or tomorrow's plans, but rarely about the blessing of simply waking up. So, tomorrow morning, before your feet touch the floor, pause. Breathe. Whisper softly to yourself, I have another day. It doesn't matter what you have to face. This small act of awareness can change the entire tone of your day, because that first thought you choose each morning becomes the seed of your peace. Then, as the light slowly fills your room, try not to grab your phone right away. I know it's a habit we all share, but in that quiet space between waking and rushing, there's a door to calm. Step through it gently. Maybe stretch a little, maybe look out your window, or maybe just sit and feel the sunlight touching your skin. This moment is not small. It's sacred. It's the bridge between your dreams and the real world. The Buddha once said that awareness is like the morning sun. It doesn't rush. It simply rises. And as it rises, it touches everything with warmth. So let your awareness rise like that. No hurry, no judgment, just presence. You don't need a perfect morning routine. You don't need candles or incense. You just need to be there, truly there, in that first quiet hour of the day. And if your mind starts to wander, maybe thinking about the past or what you need to do, that's okay. Don't fight it. Just gently bring yourself back, like taking the hand of a child and guiding them home. That's mindfulness, not control, but care. When you start your day this way, with breath, gratitude, and gentle awareness, something shifts. You walk lighter. You smile easier. Even your coffee tastes different. And you begin to notice peace isn't something you chase. It's something you create moment by moment. So, if you've been searching for a calmer start to your mornings, maybe today is the day to begin. Just one breath, one soft thought, one quiet morning at a time. And if you like to walk this path together, where we keep learning simple ways to bring Buddhist calm into daily life, I'd be honored if you joined this little community by subscribing, because peace grows best when it's shared. Maybe this morning, you don't have to do more. Maybe you just have to be. You know, once your morning begins with that first breath of gratitude, the next gentle step is learning how to move slowly into your day. The world will try to pull you fast. Emails waiting, messages piling up, 100 tiny noises asking for your attention. But peace doesn't live in that rush. It lives in the small, quiet movements we often overlook. So, in the next few minutes after you wake, Instead of jumping straight into your routine, try something different. Move as if your body were a sacred gift. When monks rise at dawn, they don't rush. Every gesture, folding a blanket, washing the face, dressing, becomes a form of meditation. It's not about slowness for the sake of being slow. It's about being present enough to feel life flowing through each small act. So tomorrow, when you brush your teeth, feel the cool water against your skin. When you make your coffee, listen to the sound it makes as it pours. Let every ordinary thing become a moment of awareness. You don't have to sit cross-legged or chant in a temple to practice mindfulness. Your home can be your temple. The morning light filtering through your kitchen window, that's your candle. The warmth of the cup in your hands, that's your prayer. And as you move through these simple motions, your mind slowly softens. The day begins not with pressure, but with peace. Sometimes people think peace means silence or isolation, but Buddhist wisdom reminds us that real peace can exist right in the middle of ordinary life. You can have noise, children running around, phones ringing, and still carry peace in your breath. Because peace isn't what's around you, it's what's within you. And when you practice moving mindfully in the morning, you train yourself to stay grounded even when the rest of the day gets loud. Maybe you'll forget sometimes. Maybe you'll spill your coffee or rush out the door. That's okay. This isn't about perfection. It's about coming back again and again to that gentle awareness. The more you return, the easier it becomes. If you can, try adding one more tiny ritual to your mornings. After washing your face, look at your reflection and smile. Not the forced kind. A soft, quiet smile, the kind that says, I'm still here and that's enough. You don't need to be anyone else this morning. You don't need to fix everything today. You just need to begin from kindness. And maybe as you smile, you'll feel something shift, a sense that life isn't against you, that it's walking with you step by step. That's how Buddhist monks carry their calm. Not because life is easier for them, but because they've learned to start each day without resistance. So, let your morning be gentle. Move slowly. Breathe deeply. Do one thing at a time, and let that be your meditation. And if this kind of calm speaks to you, if you want your mornings to be filled not with rush, but with quiet meaning, stay close. Subscribe to this channel, and let's walk this path together, learning one sunrise at a time, how to live more softly in a busy world. There's a quiet beauty in the next habit, one that doesn't ask much from you, only that you listen. After waking slowly and moving mindfully, take a few minutes to sit in stillness. No music, no talking, no distractions. Just you and the morning. You can sit by a window, on your porch, or wherever the first light touches your world. This isn't about meditating perfectly or trying to clear your mind. It's about being present enough to notice the breath moving through you, the gentle sounds outside, the feeling of being alive. You see, the Buddha taught that peace is not something we find. It's something that appears when we stop searching. So, when you sit quietly each morning, even for a few minutes, you're creating space for peace to come forward. You don't need to force it. You just need to allow it. Let your thoughts come and go, like clouds drifting across the sky. Some days the sky will be clear, some days full of storms. And that's okay. What matters is that you sit beneath it, aware that the sky itself never changes. That's your true self, steady, vast, and calm beneath every passing thought. Maybe at first, silence will feel strange. The mind will start whispering, you should check your phone, you're wasting time, you need to get going. Don't fight those voices. Just smile at them, like you would at a friend who worries too much. The more you sit, the quieter they become. And slowly, you'll start to hear something deeper, your own heart. That's what stillness does. It helps you return home to yourself. Most of us spend our days chasing things, success, approval, comfort, and we forget that the peace we're searching for is never out there. It's always been within us, waiting beneath the noise. So make it simple. Just 5 minutes of silence each morning. You don't need incense or special cushions. You don't even have to call it meditation if that word feels too big. Just call it listening. Sit, breathe, and let the world unfold without you needing to fix it. Sometimes in those few quiet minutes, you might even feel gratitude rising, not as a thought, but as a warm feeling spreading through your chest. Gratitude that you're alive, that you can breathe, that even in a busy life, there's still space for peace. And if you do this every day, something changes. You start carrying that stillness into the rest of your day, into your work, your relationships, your challenges. You respond instead of reacting. You see more clearly. You speak more kindly. And life begins to feel less like a battle and more like a flow. So tomorrow morning, before the world begins to spin, sit for a moment. Just breathe and listen. That silence is not empty. It's full of everything you've been missing. And if this message touches something inside you, if you feel that little pull towards stillness, don't let it pass. Subscribe, and let's keep walking together. Not towards something outside of us, but back to the quiet peace already waiting within. There's something so simple, yet so deeply healing about this next habit, giving thanks. Not in a grand way, not as a list you write, because someone told you gratitude is good for you. I mean the quiet kind of gratitude that hums beneath your breath when you realize you're here. You woke up, you have another sunrise. When Buddhist monks begin their day, they often bow not to a statue, but to life itself. That small gesture says, "Thank you for this moment. Thank you for this chance." And maybe you can do the same in your own way. You don't have to bow. You can whisper softly to yourself, "Thank you for another morning," or "Thank you for this body that still breathes." Gratitude, when it's real, doesn't need fancy words. It's the warmth that rises when you stop taking the ordinary for granted. You see, we often wake up thinking about what's missing, what hurts, what we wish were different, what we fear might come. But when we gently turn our focus to what's already here, something shifts. The heart softens. The mind slows down. Gratitude doesn't erase your problems. It just changes how you carry them. It turns weight into wisdom. It helps you walk lighter. Maybe start with just 3 simple things each morning. It could be the sound of birds outside your window, the comfort of warm sheets, or even the taste of that first sip of coffee. And it's okay if some mornings feel harder, if gratitude doesn't come easily. On those days, maybe you can whisper, "I'm grateful for this breath." Because even that, the ability to breathe, is a quiet miracle we forget too often. When you start to live with that kind of gentle appreciation, life begins to open up. You start noticing beauty in places you never looked before, the kindness in a stranger's smile, the colors in the morning sky, the way your loved one says your name. Gratitude teaches you to stop rushing past the small things, because those small things are what make a life. And maybe over time, you'll realize that happiness isn't something you chase. It's something you recognize, hidden in plain sight, right here, right now. The Buddha once said, "Let us rise up and be thankful, for we didn't learn much today. At least we learned a little." That's enough. Every small awakening counts. So, tomorrow morning, when you wake, try this. Before you reach your phone, before your mind starts spinning, just whisper one thank you. You don't need to feel it perfectly. Just say it. Let your heart follow when it's ready. Gratitude has a way of softening even the heaviest mornings. And if this little practice brings you peace, even for a breath, even for a moment, stay with me. Subscribe, and let's keep walking together through these quiet practices, learning how to make peace not a destination, but a way of waking up each day. Now that your heart has softened with gratitude, there's another quiet step that can shape the rest of your day. Setting an intention, not a long list of goals, not a plan to fix your life, just a simple whisper of how you want to be today. Because the truth is, how you begin your morning often becomes a rhythm of your whole day. When monks start their day, they don't ask, "What do I need to achieve?" They ask, "How can I walk through this day with peace?" That's what intention really is, a direction for your heart. You might choose just one simple thought, like, "Today, I will move with kindness," or "Today, I will be patient with myself." It doesn't have to sound wise or spiritual. It just has to be honest. You can even close your eyes, place your hand over your chest, and breathe that intention in as if you're planting a small seed inside you. You don't have to know how it will grow. Just trust that it will. Because once you set your heart in the right direction, everything else starts to follow. Maybe some mornings, your intention will be about calm. Maybe on harder days, it's about courage. Or maybe when you're tired and unsure, it's simply, "Today, I'll do my best, and that's enough." The power isn't in the words. It's in the sincerity behind them. When you live without intention, you move through the day reacting, pulled by emotions, distracted by noise, chasing things that don't really matter. But when you wake up with a quiet sense of purpose, you start responding instead of reacting. Life stops feeling like something that happens to you and begins to feel like something you're gently shaping. And here's the beautiful part. Even when your day doesn't go as planned, when people disappoint you or things fall apart, you can come back to that morning intention. It becomes your anchor. It reminds you that peace isn't lost. It's just waiting for you to return. Sometimes I think of it like lighting a small candle before stepping into the world. You know it won't stop the wind, but it gives you something to carry, a small, steady light inside you. And no matter what the day brings, that light will guide you home. So tomorrow, before you rush out the door, take just 1 minute. Sit quietly, breathe, and ask yourself, what do I want to bring into this day? Let your answer be gentle. Let it come from the heart. Then carry it with you like a soft prayer whisper beneath your breath. And if these moments of calm and reflection speak to you, if you find comfort in beginning your mornings with meaning, I'd love for you to stay connected. Subscribe, and let's keep walking this path together. One soft intention, one peaceful sunrise at a time. After you've set your intention for the day, there's something beautiful about bringing your body into the rhythm of your mind. That's the next gentle habit, moving with awareness, not exercising because you should, but because you can, because this body, with all its flaws and limits, carries you through every joy and challenge of your life. In Buddhist temples, you'll often see monks walking slowly in circles, each step taken with full attention. It's called walking meditation. They're not walking to get anywhere, they're walking to be here. Every footstep is a reminder, I am alive, I am grounded, I am free in this moment. And you can practice the same awareness in your own way. You don't have to wear robes or walk barefoot through a garden. You can simply move your body, stretch, walk, breathe, and do it with full presence. Maybe tomorrow morning, before your day begins, take a few minutes to stretch your arms up toward the sky. Feel your breath move through you. Feel your heartbeat. Feel life itself moving beneath your skin. If you walk, listen to the sound of your footsteps, the air brushing against your face, the way the light shifts as you move. Don't make it a workout. Make it a moment. You see, movement can be a form of prayer. Each breath in says, "Thank you for life." Each breath out says, "I let go of what I no longer need." When you move this way, your body becomes an instrument of peace. You start to notice that peace isn't only something you think about. It's something you can feel physically flowing through you. Some mornings, your body may feel tired or heavy. That's okay. Be gentle with it. Move slowly. Whisper to yourself, "I'm here. I'm listening." The more kindness you show to your body, the more it gives back, not just in strength, but in calm. Because when your body feels safe, your mind begins to soften too. The Buddha once said that to understand a mind, you must first understand the body, because they're not two separate things. Your thoughts, your breath, your heartbeat, they're all threads of the same tapestry. When one finds peace, the others follow. So, don't rush through your morning. Let movement become your meditation. Let your body wake gently, not through alarm, but through awareness. Let it remind you that you are here alive and capable of meeting this day with grace. And if these quiet reminders help you find peace in your own mornings, if they make you breathe a little deeper or smile a little softer, stay close. Subscribe, and let's keep walking this path together. One breath, one movement, one mindful morning at a time. Before the noise of the world begins, before the phones start buzzing and the city starts to hum, there's a quiet teacher waiting right outside your door. It's nature, and if you listen closely, it has something to say. You see, Buddhist wisdom often reminds us that the world around us isn't separate from us. It's a mirror, one that reflects how we feel inside. When we take a few moments to connect with it, even just a few minutes, something inside us softens. We remember who we are underneath all the noise. Maybe you felt it before, that deep calm that comes when you stand under a morning sky, or the way the sunlight touches your face through an open window. There's something healing about it. You don't need a mountain or a forest. You just need a moment. Step outside, take a breath, and really see what's in front of you. The color of the leaves, the sound of a bird in the distance, the air brushing against your skin. That's life, quietly happening, whether we're paying attention or not. When you learn to notice the world in these small, tender ways, your morning becomes something sacred. You start to see that the world is alive, breathing with you, and that realization, that sense of belonging, can calm the busiest heart. I remember a friend telling me she began her mornings sitting by her window, just watching the light shift across her plants. "It's only 5 minutes," she said, "but it changed how I moved through my day." Those few minutes became her anchor, her reminder that she's part of something much larger and endlessly beautiful. Science agrees too. Studies have shown that spending even a short time in nature, a few minutes of sunlight, the sound of wind, the sight of green, can lower stress, ease anxiety, and help us think more clearly. But beyond all the research, there's something much simpler at play. When we slow down enough to notice life, we come home to ourselves. So tomorrow, when the sun rises, don't rush. Step outside, even if it's just onto your porch or balcony. Look up, feel the morning air. Listen to the world waking with you. You don't need to meditate or name or explain. Just notice. The world is always speaking softly. It just waits for you to be quiet enough to listen. And maybe as you breathe in that first fresh air, you'll feel a little more alive. You'll remember that peace isn't something you have to chase. It's right here, woven into the fabric of this very moment. So take your time. Feel the earth beneath you. Let the morning greet you gently. If you're finding comfort in these quiet reflections, if they help you breathe a little easier, I'd love for you to stay close. Subscribe, and let's keep exploring these simple ways to bring Buddhist calm and human warmth into our daily lives. Because sometimes peace isn't found in doing more. It's found in noticing what's already here. Sometimes we forget that our morning doesn't just set the tone for the day. It quietly teaches us how to treat ourselves. And one of the most powerful lessons from Buddhist wisdom is this: be kind to yourself first thing in the morning, not because you've earned it, not because you've done something great, but simply because you're human, and that's enough. You see, we often wake up and immediately start judging how we look, how we feel, how much we didn't do yesterday. The mind starts running before our feet even touch the floor. But what if, instead, your first thought each day was something softer, something like, hey, it's okay. I'm still learning. I'm doing my best. Imagine how different your mornings would feel. When we speak to ourselves gently, we build a kind of strength that doesn't break when life gets hard. Compassion isn't weakness. It's a quiet courage. It's saying, I'm allowed to start again, even when yesterday wasn't perfect. The Buddha often taught that how we speak to ourselves shapes how we speak to the world. So if we start the day with kindness toward ourselves, that kindness naturally spills outward into our words, our actions, our presence. Maybe you've noticed how easy it is to offer love to others, but so hard to offer it to yourself. But the truth is, they're the same thing. You can't pour from an empty cup. When you learn to forgive yourself for the little things, the human things, your heart becomes softer and your days flow with more ease. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, try this small practice. Before you reach your phone or rush to get things done, place your hand over your heart and say something gentle to yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe it's just, I'm okay, or I'm thankful for another day. Let that kindness settle in your chest before the world starts to pull you in every direction. And if that feels awkward or unnatural at first, that's okay too. Most of us were never taught how to be kind to ourselves. But little by little, you'll notice how that morning softness changes you. You'll move through the day less afraid, less reactive, more grounded. You'll notice beauty where you once saw chaos. You'll begin to feel peace not as a place to reach, but as something already living quietly inside you. So if you find these moments meaningful, these small reminders to breathe, to forgive, to begin again, take a moment to subscribe. Let's keep walking this path together. A path of gentle mornings, soft hearts, and quiet strength. Because the truth is, you don't have to become someone else to find peace. You just have to remember who you already are. There's a quiet truth the Buddha often pointed to. That peace doesn't come from controlling the world, but from learning to let it be. And maybe that's one of the hardest lessons for most of us. We wake up with plans, with expectations, with this silent pressure to make everything go just right. But life, as you know, has its own rhythm. Some mornings flow easily. Others feel heavy before they even begin. And that's okay. Really it is. What if, instead of fighting the moments that don't go your way, you learn to meet them with acceptance, not resignation, not giving up just a soft, okay, whisper to yourself. Because sometimes peace isn't in fixing things. It's in allowing them to be as they are, while you stay kind and steady inside. The Buddha once said, what you resist persists. When we resist life, when we cling, when we demand, when we insist that things be different, we suffer. But when we open our hearts to what is something loosens. We start to breathe again. Maybe this morning your body feels tired or your thoughts feel scattered. Maybe things didn't go the way you hoped. You can still look around and whisper, "It's okay." Because the truth is, every moment, even the messy ones, holds something sacred. Every sunrise, even when hidden behind clouds, still brings light. You don't need to control the world to find peace in it. You just need to stop fighting the present moment. Try this sometime. When you notice yourself tightening up, when your mind starts spinning or your chest feels heavy, pause. Take one deep breath in and let it go slowly. And instead of thinking about what's wrong, simply say, "This too belongs," because it does. Every emotion, every pause, every stumble, it's all part of being alive. When you stop dividing your experiences into good or bad, you start to feel free. It's a gentle kind of freedom, the kind that doesn't depend on perfect mornings or perfect plans. It's the freedom of knowing that even when life feels uncertain, you can still be at peace within yourself. That's the heart of Buddhist practice. Not escaping life, but meeting it as it is moment by moment with tenderness. So tomorrow morning, before you begin, just take a breath and whisper, "Whatever comes, I'll meet it gently." Let that be your promise to yourself. You'll be surprised how much lighter the day feels when you stop trying to make it perfect. And if these quiet reflections are helping you find even a small pocket of calm in your mornings, I'd love for you to stay with me. Subscribe, and let's keep sharing these simple truths together. Not as lessons, but as gentle reminders that peace isn't somewhere out there waiting to be found. It's already here, waiting inside you, just beneath the noise. As the morning unfolds and light slowly fills your space, take a moment to realize how far you've come, not just through the day, but through all the quiet battles no one else sees. Every sunrise carries a promise that you get to begin again, no matter what happened yesterday, no matter what thoughts try to pull you down. This moment right here is fresh, untouched, waiting for you. Buddhist wisdom has always whispered that life is simply a series of beginnings. Each breath, each heartbeat, each sunrise. The mind loves to wander into the past, replaying old worries or race toward the future, trying to predict what's next. But peace doesn't live in those places. It lives right here, in the stillness between one breath and the next. When you learn to rest there, even for a second, you start to see life differently. You start to see that nothing is missing. So, as you begin your day, move slowly. Feel the floor beneath your feet. Taste your coffee. Really taste it. Let the warmth settle in your chest. Look out the window. Notice the way the light lands on the trees, how the air feels gentle against your skin. These little things, they're not small. They're everything. They are life itself, quietly offering you joy if only you slow down enough to notice. Maybe the day won't go perfectly. Maybe you'll get tired or distracted or frustrated. But when that happens, pause and smile a little. Remember, it's okay. You can always come back. You can always breathe again. You can always start over. The morning isn't about being flawless. It's about being present. And that presence, that tenderness with yourself, will carry you through whatever comes next. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." And maybe that's all the morning is really trying to tell us. That peace doesn't wait for you at the end of the busy day. It's already here, in the quiet between thoughts, in the space between breaths, in the simple rhythm of being alive. So before you move on with your day, take one more slow breath. Let it remind you that you are here and that this soft, fleeting moment is enough. If these words have brought even a small sense of calm to your morning, I hope you'll stay close. Subscribe so we can keep walking this gentle path together. One mindful breath, one quiet sunrise, one peaceful heart at a time. Because sometimes all we need is a soft reminder. We are already home.